Alright. Let's manage. Security base, harbor. Alright, let's grab some peeps from the supply depot. Put them in the security base. I wish there was a better way to do this. Future games that have this sort of gimmick to them, it would just have like one... just one like spy unit that would just give you information, you know, slowly about everything over time. We've got Gazelle. What's Gazelle got? Well, Gazelle doesn't have too much of anything. So, I mean, we'll just... I'll just put you here. Your tech unit, your R&D unit, as it would be called in later games. Kind of the most important. Alright, let's go to the security base. Doesn't seem to be anything to report at the moment. Well, that's fine. We can scout it out, and we can grab some dudes. Ah, yes, this level. Okay. Let's get Jonathan on the scene. Because we've got some high visibility vest men. Oh. Oh, we've also got a lady here. You know, maybe we will just get Snake on the scene. And tranquilize and steal both of them. Where are the 70-hour timers for R&D? Not quite there yet. Not quite there yet. I'll have to check. I'm pretty sure I still have my Peace Walker file safe and secure. But one huge negative of this game is you can't actually replay the story. So... Oop. There we go. You cannot actually replay the story. So you can't cheat and, like, you know, get everything and then just... can I? Oh. I didn't drag her down with me. Well, luckily we know from playing Ape Escape, from playing Metal Gear Solid, that we can use the roll to cross gaps. See, look, it was all preparing for this moment. But yeah, you can't, like, get everything and then replay the story, which kind of sucks. So there are still going to be some dev time shenanigans, but nowhere near as egregious as Phantom Pain or even Peace Walker. Peace Walker gets pretty silly with it, too. There's certain items that only go up like 1% per mission. So then you'd have to play like 100 missions to finish like the super gun. And there's very quick missions you can do to just like make the, you know, to just scam the timer. But man, it's, I don't know why.
What was that?
I mean, I know why. It's just feature creep, you know? But I don't know.
What the?
it's feature creep, and like, well, other games were doing stuff like it, but I don't like the idea to put so many sim elements into Metal Gear in terms of like management. You know, I liked foraging for food in MGS3. I liked the cure menu, things like that. I liked, you know, the camouflage and everything. But they start putting, like, even MGS4 has a bit of a, well, not a bit. It has an economy system in it that most people don't interact with at all. Most people don't even know about it, and there's actually a lot of kind of bad information about it, because I've heard people say that, oh yeah, run and gun is the best way to play MGS4 because you get the most points, and then, no, you don't. You get like 1/10 as many points from any single gun if you get it off of a guy you killed. Well, there's lots of ladies here. That's nice. I mean, Campbell did say we need a babe in the month. I think that's what he said. Let's just get as many babes as there are months, and, you know, hopefully it'll be okay. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the management systems. I get that, well, he becomes like the mercenary leader man, you know? But it's not really... Maybe if it was like, as the games went on... Yep. As the games went on, like, Snake was, like, worse and worse of a... Like, you... Or maybe if you did recruit... There we go. Maybe if... Because there's 3 to 5, depending on how you want to count them. Big Boss sequels that involve recruitment and things like that. And, you know, maybe if instead of, like, average little dopey guys, I was recruiting a bunch of freak shows that could shoot bees and had, like, I don't know, like, laser eyes and psychic powers and stuff. So it's like, okay, yeah, you can play as Snake, and he just plays like how Snake stung. I can't get the stung. I'm too full to get stung. Now I can get stung. But over time, you started getting people that just completely outclassed Snake. So then Snake was better left, you know, say, in the intel unit or something. So you could play as all the freak shows you've been recruiting that would turn into things like Dirty Duck and the Four Horsemen. Maybe it would have made sense to have those simulation elements get more and more complex as you're spending less time in the field as Snake and more time in the field as the freak show bosses, thus making him, you know, the commander of Outer Heaven in a interesting way that works with the gameplay mechanics. But, you know, that doesn't happen when you watch, like, one movie and read 3 books and then go, oh boy, this is what I need to make my game about. And then everyone else on the team is like, oh. I want rations more than I want. Well, I was gonna say, not like they even give you that much. And everyone else on the team is like, sir, the lore? People are asking us questions about the lore, and you're like, what if the character just sounded like a different guy all of a sudden? A way more expensive guy. And they're like, I mean, I don't know, dude. That sounds like a questionable idea. Yeah, what if also he barely talks? Because, like, I watched Mad Max, and, like, he barely talks. So what if Snake barely talks? And everyone's just like, how long until we can legally get rid of him? Things to ponder while running around a warehouse. Which, again, I do love this. I love that we're inside. I love that we're sneaking around. Genuinely, unironically, I love that we're sneaking around a bland, nondescript warehouse with nondescript boxes. That is what Metal Gear is about. There should be rooms that look like that. There should be very important, very iconic rooms as well, but there should be rooms that look like that. I can't actually go through there, if I remember correctly. I think it's just like an invisible wall. Oh. Oh, no, it's not. Oh. Right, doesn't this loop around in an interesting way? Yes. Oh, this song in the background, it's very quiet, but it is actually, it's the main vocal theme of this game. It's like using the leitmotif of it. Very, like, dissonant and, oh, that's very cool. Yeah, this is totally a take on Calling to the Night. Guy, like, is walking ever so... There we go. I can also still do this. Yep. And he should be... He should be there forever now. Whole grabbing people loop feels pretty natural for free roam, and I get the idea of grab more men while this builds. But yeah, the scaling was terrible in Phantom Pain, yeah. The game actually had thought and scaling, so it was like the players will get this right before this story beat. It'd be fine, yes. Yeah, but it's all like, come back in 2 days, yeah, so like that... Peace Walker and Phantom Pain, I will be using complete save files. Yeah, warehouse and hangar aesthetic is generally pretty strong in most games, ironically. Yeah, you would think it would be like, oh, it's so generic, it's just like a hangar, but no! You love to see hangars. Alright. There's a couple more rooms in here I can go into. Oh, can't go up there. Yeah, this place is very cool. It's very complex. What this game lacks in the environments being extremely detailed, they are pretty big. Again, it's all very, like, this is all just squares, you know? But, like, look at this. Look how multi-tiered this is. It's really cool to have, like, a multi-tiered indoor structure. You know, take what I said... Oh. Hello. A little while ago about, you know, a couple missions back.
Who's that?
About how I really would have loved to see... Oh, look, there's a little detail here. It's like a magazine rack. I would love to see these layouts ported to a different game on more powerful hardware. Some of the details kind of filled out a little bit. I think it would be cool, because I think this layout especially is, you know, as I said as soon as I got here that I remember this stage. And again, it's very sparse on detail. You know, that's kind of just the implication of a sitting area and a table. And, like, the implication of, like, a little magazine rack. You can crash out this window also. I'm gonna steal this lady. I want to steal as many ladies as possible. But yeah, there's some real potential to these levels if they were, you know, put into a more powerful engine. It makes me upset that the PS2 version of this game never happened, because I imagine a PS2 version would have been, you know, much more enhanced and would have had a couple extra bits and bobs here and there. It's nice that a ghost opened that door for me. Yeah, it's like, overall it does look nice. And again, when you consider this was a 2006 PSP game, now it's quite good. I don't know if I like where Snake's hands are, now that we can grab ladies. Which, oh yeah, I guess that's another first of this game, isn't it? Female soldiers out in the field? I think that only happens again in MGS4. Alright. Let's go back up top side. I want to get to the roof. Yep, nothing in here. I mean, yeah, like, it's okay. Like, there's some decent detail in here. Again, this is kind of... Oh. It's kind of like MGS1 levels of detail, right? Like, these are very... It's a shame I can't, you know, pull out the camera and go overhead view. But I imagine, like, even something like this ported to MGS1 would be pretty fun. Even though that's less advanced tech, but still. Right, and there's the TNT that I can't actually grab. Yeah, because I want those stun grenades. The Soviets famously had women in the military decades before most others. That is true. Alright. Topside, topsoil. Not much to, report. I don't think I can make that gap from here. I want to try, though. I want to see. I want to see. Can I make that gap? Nope. Huh? Oh, hi! That was fun. That's what we deserve. Okay, and here's this place again. Oh? Oh yeah, another one of these. Just some grenades. Alright. No, I think I'm good. We stole a bunch of women, so let's call it a day. That is a selection of words you said right there, and yikes. Hey, look! Work has begun on a TNT charge with a remote-controlled detonator. That's good. Let's read our next report. Security base. Documents containing classified information related to nuclear storage facility. Okay. This is the Soviet security base. We found it. Alright. Yeah, sometimes you need to play a mission to progress to the next mission. It's a little weird, but it's fine. It works. Again, future games would do this a lot more egregiously, so I can't really hate it here, but I am going to be having a lot of fun playing MGS4, which is just sort of like a normal Metal Gear game, weirdly enough. The surest, swiftest way to prevent Gene from launching his nuclear strike is to keep the warheads out of his hands. To do that, we'll first need to discern the location of the nuclear warhead storage facility on Shadow Moses Island. No. That base is the center of the Red Army's security presence here. Should be bound to be information in regards to key facilities throughout the peninsula. It's corroborated by the intel we received from our spy units. Conduct a search of the base and look for the intel on the location the warheads are stored. Okay. So, yep. You can see we're back here again. Because the game's a little silly like that. It's a little silly like that. Get you. And we got you. You're a special boy. We need these special fox boys. And they just tend to have, like, better stats. The orange mans, they're the most basic of mans. So, like, the officers, the female officers as well. The fox boys here. Basically, if someone looks special, they tend to have a higher likelihood of better stats. It's not always one-to-one, though. So you just kind of want to grab as many dudes as possible. You know, you can't tell how skilled a man is by his looks alone. You gotta really get in there with him. Get to know him. Alright, I'm pretty sure this large building is the one with the top secret file. I'm pretty sure it was one of those little office areas I was... Oh, hello. Which way you going there, buddy? Yep, don't mind me. Gonna, grab you a little bit, and... Yep. Where's the nearest circle? Well, not... Oh, no, I don't need that. I wish I could, like, just zoom the camera in awkwardly at these two, you know, their faces. You might say this gameplay is a real drag. Now, again, it's fine. I do quite like this game. It's just, boy, there is a lot of this. There is a lot of this. All right. Special boy goes into my van. Capture complete. I love that it says capture. Like they literally are Pokemon. Like they're little creatures that we're getting. All right. If I remember correctly, it's one of these offices has what I need. I could be wrong, but it's like, you know, the more I'm playing this, the more is coming back to me. It is kind of nuts, though. You notice we've played this long and I haven't gotten to, like, a boss fight yet. This is a lengthy game. Huh? Ah, there it is. Starting to see why Phantom Pain was like, what if we could deploy the Hell Portal? Yeah? Mission objectives complete. Return to base. Make sure the enemy doesn't detect you along the way. Alright. I mean, they can't detect me if you just fade to black. SVD ammo. Great. We were right. The document you brought back was a map to the nuclear storage facility. In order to stop Gene from using Metal Gear, we have to prevent the nuclear warheads from being transported out of that storage facility. Here's the bad news. We don't know which part to destroy, or how. If we stuck to protocol, we'd first gather some intel to form a plan of action. But with the reports of a transport team arriving to carry the nukes, time is not a luxury we've got right now. Let's do this by the seat of our pants. Hurry and infiltrate the facility. I know it sounds suicidal, but it's our duty to interrupt the transport of the nukes. Let's do this. Alright. Okay. Oh, Cobra. Mantis. Sea Otter. Well, Condor. Alright. Let's save before we look at all of those wacky, crazy men.